कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सेदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं भद्रकाले नमो नमः। वेदान्त विद्यास्थानेभ्यैव च सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। हरि ओम। नमः श्री शंकरानंद गुरुपादाम्बुजन्मने सविलास महामोह ग्राह ग्रासैक कर्मणे। 32nd श्लोक, thick book, page 17. I don't know number in that book. 74 in thin book. Upadeshamavapyaivam acharya tattvadarshinaha panchakosha vivekena labhante nirvritim param. अन्नं प्राणो मनो बुद्धिः आनन्दश्चेति पंचते कोशास्तैरावृतः स्वात्मा विस्मृत्या संस्कृतिं भजेत्। स्यात् पञ्चीकृतभूत उत्थो देहस्थूलोऽन्नसंज्ञकः। स्यात् पञ्चीकृतभूतोत्थः स्यात् पञ्चीकृतभूतोत्थः देहस्थूलोऽन्नसंज्ञकः। लिङ्गे तु राजसैः प्राणैः प्राणः कर्मेन्द्रियैः सह सात्विकैर्धीरेन्द्रियैः साकम् विमर्शात्मा मनोमयः तैरेव साकं विज्ञान तैरेव साकं विज्ञानमन्मयः धीर्निश्चयात्मिका कारणे सत्त्वमानन्द मयो मोदादिवृत्तिभिः तत्तत्कोशैस्तुतादात्म्यात् आत्मा तन्मयो भवेत् अकारणे सत्त्वमानन्दमयः मोदादिवृत्तिभिः तत्तत्कोशैस्तुतादात्म्यात् आत्मा तन्मयो भवेत्. So we saw that God had created the two kinds of infrastructure. One infrastructure was pertaining to a situational infrastructure in which body and the object came. And second kind of infrastructure was senses infrastructure. We give the senses also. Senses, mind and prana. 17 elements of the subtle body and the gross body and the sthula gross world, so that he can enjoy the fruit of action, and also what fruit he wants he can still endeavor and get it. Kangshanta karmanam siddhim yajantaya devata. So he can put effort and get the fruit of action, so that he can fulfill his vasanas, exhaust his vasanas. And therefore, from the tamasic aspect of Prakriti came the fivefold world. You heard? Tamasic aspect of the Prakriti is called Prakriti, and Malin Sattva or Rajoguna Tamoguna Pradhan is called Jeev, and Vishuddha Sattva Pradhan is called Maya. You heard this? Then this Jeev got a body, and getting a body, it got more trapped into it. Because you heard that yesterday, Te paragdarashinaha. By nature it is extrovert. Paranjikhani vyatradit swayambhuhu tasmat parang pashyati nantaratman kaschid dhira pratyagatmanamaikshat avritta chakshuramritatvam. It is by nature outgoing. Senses are outgoing. So everywhere he superimposes sense of importance, sense of joy, and itself in the self sense of incompleteness and sense of not important. And this kind of behavior took him to whirlpool. Remember that worm example? So Nadyam Kitaiv, he is thrown from one body to another, or one situation to another, because he only unconsciously has ordered lot of different fruits. Ultimately, what happened? So he is flung. He has no choice whether he will be born here or he is born there. He will be rich or he will be poor. He He will be having man body or a female body, he will be animal body or Devata body. This is not his choice now. As long as action is there, you have a choice. While you are acting, you have still a choice. But when fruit starts coming, there is no choice. You cannot say, no, I don't want this body, please give me later on. Or I want to be born in another city, why you brought me here? I don't want to be born, nothing doing, you are thrown. I don't want this disease, I don't want tuberculosis, give me flu. Why? Because tuberculosis long spelling is there. Flu is a short spelling, so Dharmaraj Chitrakoot, give me spelling which the doctor can write easily. So that is not the case here. You have no choice when it comes to fruits of action. I want this kind of father. I want a tall father, mother, so that I can be tall. My both father and mother are very short. So this is not a choice. Or I want to have I want to be fair, so give me some parents which are fair. It is unfair to give me not a fair parent. So you have nothing doing. So this is not the point. Or I want this kind of teacher I don't want. No. Or I want this money I don't want. Nothing. Therefore Bhagavad Gita says, Karmani evtyadhikara ma phaleshu kadachana. So you have no right on fruits of action. And this is a compulsive area of the jiva. So action you have, any action that too in the human body. Animal body, no action. Devata body, no action. Gandhar body, no action. Pitar body, no action. Imagine that they cannot do action and alter their fruit of action. Do some satsang. Karmanubandhini manushya loke. Then you heard, if supposing, I'm not saying, supposing, you get your biography of 3-4 births or 5 births. Supposing you get, see, I was this human being, this man I was, this was my wife, this is my husband. I was there in Ceylon for so many years, then I was born in Burma for so many years, then I was a dog for so many years, then I became this, and this is my latest. Then you understand what it means. So Satkarm, so in between, when he is able to do some good actions, by the grace of God or by his surrounding, I told you can do any good action every time. If you cannot physically act, at least send good bhav. Bhav you can always have good. Bhav means the attitude should be good about that. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, that attitude has to be there. So more your bhav is purified, more your actions will be good and your actions will be getting bigger reward. So when your actions are good, and then Bhagavan creates a situation outside and mental environment inside. Jigyasa, Shraddha, Mumukshatu inside. And Paristhiti outside. Only one is there, it won't work. Supposing you have a lot of Shraddha and Jigyasa, but you don't have somebody to tell, then you will be frustrated. And supposing only situation is there, and you don't have inner Jigyasa, then also you will not be happy. You will say, I don't want satsang, etc. So Satkarm Paripaka, I told about yesterday, therefore I will move forward. So in Nadyam Kitam, Keet Iv, like the worm in the dirty water, somebody takes the worm and puts under a tree, and the worm is very happy that I am not drowning. Similarly, when you get some Mahatma Satsang, and then we feel as if my problems are not there, Because I have discovered that there is a quietness without action, there is a peace without desire, there is a fulfillment without attachment, there is a absolute without relation. You slowly start discovering your emotional freedom, your depth, and after working so much, what you could have not even achieved, you start getting that in the company of Mahatma, in the company of Gita, in the company of Ramayana, where you have more of fulfillment and you go inside. One person went to one Mahatma and he said, "Why don't you work?" He said, "What will happen by working?" He said, "You'll get money." He said, "What will happen by getting money?" He said, "You will have house, you will have, married wife." He said, "What will happen by that?" He said, "You can have, luxuries." He said, "What will happen by that?" He said, "By luxuries, you can avoid running around and you can get something very fast, and good quality food you will get, and good quality communication you will have." He said, "What will happen by that?" He said, "By happening that at least you will have a happy life." He said, "I'm already happy." When I am already happy without all these things, so why to do Dravid pranayam? Dravid pranayam, understand? You do pranayam like this. Dravadi means you try to you try to hold the hand by this. I am so happy without all these things. Why to do this circus? I am so happy, much more happy, I am much more fulfilled. The fulfillment of desirelessness is much more than this desire. Fulfillment of detachment is more than attachment. Fulfillment of controlled sense organ and very less demand of the senses is much more than the uncontrolled sense organ. Fulfillment of pure mind is much more than the mind which is having rag, dvesh. And how do you know that you will be happy after this also? Mr. Young Man, you are saying that after getting wife, child, do you think you will be happy? That is your imagination. That is a wishful thinking. Because after getting this, you have accumulated so many things, you have to maintain everything. Including the mood of your spouse, including the mood of your children, including nobody can be happy with something other than himself. Happiness is the nature of the self only. How can you be happy with anything else, with the not self? Anatma's nature is not happiness. So I am very fulfilled. If you want, you can go ahead. If you are satisfied, not satisfied, you can go ahead. But why to do this, that, go there? In one marriage, so much of work is there. Those who have got their children married or got married, so much of work in one marriage, so much of expenditure in one marriage. Why to waste time? Why to exert? To deliver one child, so much of problem is there. And that too, you don't know what kind of child will be there. To keep the mind of a spouse good, so much problem are there. To maintain, why to? I am not saying you should not do, I am just saying don't depend on that. I am not saying one should not have child. Neither I am saying one should not have house. Where will we live? So, I am only saying that don't depend on it. Don't make it a crutch. Make it a walking stick. Don't make a crutch a walking stick. Make it a baton. Walking stick is different, baton is different. Walking stick is the one you lean on, crutch is a lean on. A baton is the one you go. When you go for morning walk, this baton is in your hand. You play with it. And you strengthen the dogs with it. So you can use this world as a baton if you want. You can play with it. You don't make it a crutch. Don't make a walking stick. Don't emotionally, I need you very badly. All these things are not very healthy way of living. This is not a wise way of living. Let it be there, let it not be there. So this is the Guru tells the disciple. Getting my point? Yesterday told Parampara Sadhan, Bahirang Sadhan, Antarang Sadhan. If you remember, that time I had given. And then comes Antarang Sadhan, Shravan Manan Dhyan. And now topic will become Vedantic now. Why to get worried over it? Well, why should you then? People say, why don't you eat that food? I am happy with my food. Why are you worried? Why are you worried? You eat. No, why don't you? Why does everybody is non-veg? Vitamin B12 is. B12 is normal from the childhood. I have never eaten. From the childhood, I have B12 is normal. Don't worry about that. Why don't you walk in the sun? Vitamin D. I have vitamin D sufficient. Every 6 months I go for a test. Oh, why don't you take milk? Calcium is. I have sufficient calcium. You keep quiet. You don't take beans, you don't take dal, you don't have, oh my God, there's no protein in your food. I know where to take, you keep quiet. I am an educated person. When I am happy, why are you worried about my food? I can't see you eating like that. I feel so sad about you. No, I feel so sad about you because your food is a future hospital. You are giving employment to doctors. So much of ghee, oil you are consuming every day, increasing your cholesterol and blood pressure and diabetes and what is it called, arthritis. So many problems you will have when you are 60 and 70. Then I'll meet you there. I am happy. Why are you worried? Why don't you sleep in the morning? I am happy. Don't advise me. So here also you will say, this saint says, I am very happy without all these things. Why are you worried about that? Why should you bother about that? And then, everybody himself will know what suits him well, what medicine suits him, what this suits, what posture suits him, or how much sleep suits him. Only you will know that I need 4 hours or 5 hours, 7 hours of sleep. We cannot impose on that. Okay? Or what kind of schedule suits you more. Something are personal. So don't worry. Which Bhagwan suits you more? Which Bhagwan you like? Which puja you like? It's a personal thing. Why should you bother about that? वो तो अपनी बात है. So don't get carried away by anything. You have your own life and remain. But that life should increase dispassion, devotion, knowledge. As per the Shastra should be there. Now 32nd slok onwards, topic becomes Vedantic. What he does, who? Acharya. Acharya definition I told yesterday. Upadesham avapya avam. Upadesham avapya evam acharya tattvadarshina. That Acharya who was tattvadarshi, tanoti iti tat, which extends everywhere, is called tat, which is everywhere. So tat, everything is known as this essence of all is called tattvam. Tvam. Like vidvatvam. Tvam. Essence is called as tvam. Tva. Stritva, Purushatva. So Tattva, Tat, essence of all is called Tattva. So from Acharya, who is Tattvadarshi, already explained, now he did Panch Kosh Vivek. And he attains Nirvrittim, not Nivritti. Yesterday somebody was chanting Nivritti. Nivritti is withdrawal. And Nirvritti is Anand, Shanti. See the word? It is not Nivritti. Some people corrected also, I think. Nobody corrected. Don't correct it. It is Nirvrittin, not Nivritti. Nivritti means withdrawal. Pravritti, Nivritti. Nirvritti means Anand, fulfillment, Shanti. Sanskrit, be careful. Now, Panch Kosh before I take, and yesterday I think I had already started. Panchkosh, there are 5 personalities in us. One is called physical personality. Second is called energetic personality. Third is called emotional personality. Fourth is called intellectual personality. And fifth is called tendential personality. Tendential personality. What is tendential personality? We will see that. Respectively, technically they are called Annamaya Kosh, Pranamaya Kosh, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya Kosh. Kush, I told yesterday that Kush means to cover. Kush means to cover. No? Cover. And these koshas have covered the self. I had explained this point, if you remember, that the Atma cannot be covered by anything. It is a intellectual distraction from the self and identifying with the non-self, that is called covering here. It is intellectual distraction from the main self and identifying with the false and not self and putting the dharma of the not self on the self, that is called covering. That is called covering. Like somebody says, see, water is running. The wave has covered the water as if. The wave has covered the water. How do you say wave has covered? My attention on the water has gone and I have superimposed the running dharma of the water, of the wave on the water. Similarly, if somebody asks, what is that? What you put here? So I'll say nose ring. So nose ring has covered the gold. Because my attention is not on the gold now. My attention is on the size, beauty, design of the nose ring. So I go and say, give me the nose ring or the earring or the bracelets. Are you seeing the covering? So covering has 2 aspects. One aspect is forgetting the main self, gold. Other aspect is superimposing the quality of the not self in the self. So forgetting the gold and superimposing the quality of the design on the gold. Then I say gold is round. And the gold is, and now I'm saying gold is round. I am saying now gold has the flower design. Gold is flowery. Gold is flowery. Flowery gold. Flowery gold. Now it is called. Now I am saying golden ring. Golden ring. Gold has become adjective and ring has become noun now. This is called superimposition. Like long tree. The long is dependent on the tree. Blue flower. Blue lotus. Blueness is dependent on lotus. So golden ring. Gold is dependent on ring. Tall person. Tall is dependent on the person. Dark person. Darkness is dependent on the person. Fair boy. Fairness is dependent on the person. Golden ring. This is problem here. Because gold has become a ring of adjective of the ring. That means ring is main thing and gold is dependent. Because of the ring there is a gold. Because of the ring there is a gold. New thing has come up now. This is called avaran of the gold. This is called superimposition. This is called the ring has covered the gold, veiled the gold, concealed the gold. I hope you are understanding. I'll give more examples for clarity. If you are not understanding, don't worry, it will be understood slowly. Give yourself a time. Don't rush. Now I say body. So, if I say tall body, long body, okay. Tallness is dependent on the body. If I say fair body, bald body, understood. But if I say 5 elemental body, This is wrong now. Five elemental body. Five elements have become adjective of the body. Because on the five element, actually you have superimposed the shape. And after superimposing the shape of five element on the of the body on the five element, that five element is forgotten as if. Five element is forgotten. And the shape of fat man, thin man, smart guy, long-nosed person. Ab you are talking wrong. Well, you're not wrong, I'm talking. Or I'm talking totally right. You are now superimposing what you are calling man or fat man. It is only Panchmahabhut. Your five elements. Your attention is not on the five elements. Bole, he is my chacha ji. She is my bua. He is my kaka. She is my aji. He is my neighbor. Acha, he is my brother. She is my sister-in-law. Acha, yes. And she is my mother-in-law. Bhai, what are you talking? What wrong I am doing? They are my relatives. Chup. They are all Panchmahabhut. Just say all are Panchmahabhut, various shapes and sizes of Panchmahabhut. That's it. This Panchmahabhut, some are tall, heavy Panchmahabhut, some are light Panchmahabhut. That's it. Some are light Panchmahabhut, some are heavy Panchmahabhut. How can Panchmahabhut? On the Panchmahabhut, you are superimposing. So this is called shape and size has veiled the Panchmahabhut. Please get this example. This Panchkosh, people are not clear about it. I am telling you, people study Vedanta in a wrong manner. Superficially, if you study, these concepts will be missed out. It's not that simple as it appears. You need to discuss and dwell upon that to get clarity. Actually, what has happened here, that the shape and size of the body is superimposed on the Panchmahabhut, and my attention is totally gone away from Panchmahabhut, and my attention is totally on the shape of the person, and I have superimposed the shape on the Panchmahabhut. And this is called veiling. Well, it's so difficult to say that this is Panchmahabhut. They are all my relatives. This is the problem. We have our own mind and all obsessions are there. What can we do now? What can we do? Well, you see, neighbor I can understand. Neighbor is Panchmahabhut. Dog also I can understand Panchmahabhut. Cat also is Panchmahabhut. Okay, I'll try that. But to say my real relatives, my father, mother, uncle, kaka, mother-in-law, I can say Panchmahabhut. But my wife, my husband, so difficult for us. We are worldly people, you know. We remain worldly then. What can I do now? Okay, but don't say that Panchmahabhut, give me time. Gee, don't say all these things. Don't use such Vedant in Vyavhar. Don't use Vedantic terms in Vyavhar. So that wife will say, Panchmahabhut doesn't eat, that doesn't have tea. Panchmahabhut doesn't drink tea. Because it also already has water element. So what I am saying here, that five elemental body is sometime play of Maya. Maya. What was noun, it made adjective. What was adjective, it made noun. Actually speaking, it should be not golden ring. It should be ringy gold. because that ring is the adjective there. It is ringy gold, not golden ring. It should not be five elemental body, it should be bodily five element. Moment, your attention will be more on noun and not on adjective actually. That substance will be there. When you say ringy gold, another thing is in the mind, that gold is there and ring is the substance, adjective of that. Five element is there and the body is just the incidental property of the five element, not the intrinsic property. So they cannot cover. Similarly, Atma cannot cover the five koshas cannot cover the Atma. They cannot cover, like your clothes cannot cover the space. Like, I gave the example yesterday, that the cloud cannot cover the sun. There is no comparison between cloud and sun. Sun is first off on thousands of kilometers away. Sun is so far, it takes 8 minutes of the sunlight to come here. You think that I am seeing the sun directly, but you are seeing 8-minute-old sun. Oh my God, I did not know that. 8-minute-old sun, yes. If sun blasts into pieces, it will take 8 minutes for you to see the blast. It is so far away. Achha, it will be seen exactly as it is. It is so far and cloud is so close. Cloud is hardly 30,000-40,000 feet is there. If you go on the flight, you can see cloud are below you. Cloud is below the flight. And sometimes flight goes through the cloud. But the cloud veils, one patch of cloud is there. Therefore sometimes Phoenix it is raining, here it is not raining. I have seen. Or here it is raining Phoenix because there that patch of cloud was not there. Similarly, the self is all-pervading, my dear. Self is eternal, my dear. How can it be veiled by small body and small mind? But agatan gatana patiyasi maya. What agatan gatana patiyasi maya? There is Shankaracharya's 5 shlokas called Maya Panchkam. There he writes, agatan gatana patiyasi maya. Maya is expert in doing which is not possible. Which is not possible. See, I told you, our element is on body, not on the 5 element. He is my chacha, he is a man, he is a dog, cat, whatever you call. Where mind attention goes on the 5 element. बहुत difficult is. So practice करना पड़ता है कि 5 element है, 5 element है. We are born with that samskar, wrong samskar. And therefore the sannyasis have no relation. This whose relation is whose. Moment you start thinking on truth, you say, how can 5 element be relate? How can anybody be my kaka, chacha, papa, and mummy? It is all false. Custom kuham kutaya to kome jarni, kome tata. Then you start chanting like that. And therefore you will be detached after this. Oh. So 5 koshas what you call, annamaya means the body, the dharma of the body superimposed on I. I am fat, I am thin, I am insulted, I am honored, I am very smart. Who told you? Now I feel like that, acha. Quite a limit of illusion is there. I am so good looking, or I am not good looking. Some people may have another complex, I am not that good looking. Acha, all this dharma of the body you have superimposed on I. Can you say Atma is good looking? Can you say Atma is smart? Can you say Atma is bad looking? Can you say Atma is tall? तुम पागल हो के आदमी हो. ये जो है dharma of the body. You are supposed. This is what Ashtavakra said, that what kind of people you have, Janakji, in your palace. They are all cobblers because they are not. Their attention is not on the Atma. If you see a stick, tilted stick, you won't laugh. That this is what the whole thing is. Atma is not me. I mean, this is not me. Ashtavakra Gita, what is said here. ये तो अलग ही है. I hope you are understanding that. So, so this hand says, don't move. So second is prana. I am dynamic. Achha, dynamism is not the dharma of the Atma. If Atma will just be dynamic, to dynamic it has to move. To move, you have to be absent somewhere. Atma cannot move anywhere. Achedyoyam, akledyoyam, ashoshya. It is nitya sarvagataha. Sthanuhu, achaloyam sanatana. It is achal. Atma can't be dynamic. Neither Atma is emotional. Because emotion is a thought. I am very emotional person. By your mind may be emotional. You are not emotional Atma. I am emotional. I cry for a very small thing. I saw the flower wilting, I cried. Some women are so emotional, their child will give information. Mummy, I have passed first class. They start crying. This mummy, I failed. They start crying. Marriage, start crying. Not marriage, start crying. Everything, they are so full of, tears. Gland is so good there. If there is a pipe connected, we can solve water problem by desalinating the tears. I'm very emotional. Arey, you are not emotional. Emotion is a thought, my dear. Atma is much more than that. Atma is nitya, sarvagata, sthanu, achulayam sanatana. Emotion has come just as a passing phase. And after crying, they start laughing also. Tear has not wiped off. Still you can see the droplets here and there. And still, they are hungry also. That bhav went away. That bhav of crying went away in few seconds only. If you are really emotional, you wouldn't have stopped. But that phase went away. So don't have too much sympathy if somebody is crying. भले बहुत रो रहा था, रोना ठीक हो जाएगा अपने आप. Don't worry about that. ये कुछ खाना नहीं खाया. He will be hungry. He will slowly eat. When nobody is there, then he will go in the kitchen. He is very smart. No, she is very angry. She will find, and in the room what she has kept, she will eat. Or she or he, whoever is there. ऐसा हुआ कई बार. It happened. क्यों? हाँ. So emotional, or I am intellectual, or I am very happy. Happiness? नहीं भाई, happy is a thought. You are of the nature of happiness. So two things I said in the veiling portion. Don't forget, please, whole life. Forgetfulness of the infinite nature of the self and superimposing of the dharma of the body or the prana or the emotion or the intellect or the anandamaya kosh on the self. This is called anandamaya kosh. ठीक है ना? नहीं ठीक. And now, what is the process called? It is called Panchkosh Vivek. For Panchkosh Vivek, he will do Avasthatraya Vivek. Syat Panchikrit Bhutotah Deha Sthula Anna Sangyaka. 34 shlok. So 33 shlok, you see 33rd shlok. Koshahi Taihi Avratah. Taihi means by these. Taihi Avratah Swatma. Swatma Avratah. So these are the 5 koshas. This is one sentence. Annam prano manobuddhi anandascheti panchate koshaha. This is one line. After koshaha, full stop. And after that, taihi. Taihi means by these 5 koshas. Atma swabrata. This Atma is veiled. I clearly define what is veiling. Full stop. Then you add the word jivaha. Jivaha vismritya. By forgetting of that self, third case, samsritim vrajet. It goes to, samsriti means transmigration, taking another body after body because of his existing vasana and existing fruits of action. I hope you are clear now. Now he is explaining the 5 koshas. What are 5 koshas? In short. See first line, 34th slok, I had read it. So, Panchikrit bhutottaha deha sthula anna sangyaka. In short, he is giving it. That one, what is the annamaya kosh? Made out of the body, born from the anna, exists in anna and goes back in anna. Anna means food. So, Panchikrit bhutottaha anna sangyaka deha. So, मैं here means vikararthe. मैं has 2 meaning, prachurarthe and vikararthe. Prachurarthe means full of, redundant with, that is called prachurarthe. And vikararthe, modification. By modification, you ate rice, you ate chapati, you ate vegetable. It got modified into hair, into bones, into muscles, into marrow, into ear, into eyelids, so many things. If supposing it had more modified, same dal will come out, or same rice will be here. So all around really horrible picture to see after that. So one chapati is hanging here, one is hanging there. So we all run away from each other. Or who will be very hungry will eat you also. Don't miss these small points. Mai here means vikar. Vikar means modified form. Purvavastha tyag, naveen avastha grahanam iti vikaram. You leave the prior state and assume the new state, that is called vikar. Not bekar, vikar. So this is sthul anna. Now why he is telling? To create a sense of objectivity in it. As you don't say food is me, you cannot say body made out of the food is me. Food outside is called food, inside is called I. Vare Maya, I am fat. Why don't you say food is more? Don't say I am fat. Food is more. In my body, food is more. Or I am slim. You are referring to the food only as I am saying. Food is less. That is called slim. Acha. Anna sangyaka. Create an objectivity. Second. Linge tu rajasai prani prana karmendriyani sa. So, linge means subtle body. In subtle body, remember that pranahi karmendri, the sense organ of action, and 5 prana, which is born out of rajoguna. Rajoguna, linge tu rajasaihi pranahi prana karme. So 5 karma indriyani and prana. This will be called subtle body. This will be called subtle body. In that, linga means subtle body. So this is called pranamaya kosh. Prana. This is called pranamaya kosh. Linge. So that part, subtle body is 2 parts there. One part is where manomaya and vijnanmaya kosh is there. And one part is pranamaya kosh is there. So pranamaya, manomaya, vijnanmaya, all 3 are called subtle body. But here only pranamaya kosh is taken. So that part is called lingo, one part of subtle body. Second part of subtle body is 35th slok. Please see. Sattukair dhirindriyaihi. See, Sattukai means Jnanindriyani. I need not ask what is Jnanindriyani. Sakam means along. Along with is called Sakam with. Avyaya it is there, indeclinable. Don't say Sakam, Sako, Saka. ऐसा नहीं है. Sakam, Sake, Sakam. Sakani. मार पड़ेगी फिर. तबीयत ठीक हो जाएगी फिर. This is Sakam, not phalam like phalam, phale, phalani. When you don't know Sanskrit, don't use it in the wrong place. So find out what is it. Well, everywhere, somewhere phalam is phalam, phale, phalani, somewhere it is amvi, we don't know what will happen. Actually, they are all trying to trouble me in all manners. How do they become neuter gender? How the masculine? How the feminine? I don't know. There is no rule also for that. So satukaihi dhirindriyaihi sakam vimarshatma manomaya. So dhirindriya means jnanindriyani, sattvic jnanindriyani, vimarshatma. Atma here doesn't mean Atma means function. Vimarshatma, whose function is sankalp. This is called manomaya. Whose function is vikalp, sankalp vikalp. Vimarsh means coining option. This faculty is there of coining options. That is called, this is, shall I go there or not to go there? This is the 9. Shall I eat or not to eat? So that it is like that. You get information. After that, mind coins an option. After mind coins an option, then actually, really speaking is, you have to go to the chitta, you have to go to the memory and then decide. Shall I eat or not to eat? See, this is not eating time. Why? This is 4 a.m. morning. This you should not eat at this time. But if I eat well, I can do bhajan better. No, your stomach will become heavy and you will sleep as in the class. So better don't eat. And one day if you eat, tomorrow also mind will demand the same food. Mind is such a tricky insight. So don't eat. But I am feeling hungry. Feel hungry till 7 o'clock. So this is told by Chit. And after this, Buddhi decides. So Man coins an option. The Chit refers to memory and experiences, and then Buddhi decides. Who is a wrong decision maker? Who doesn't refer to his experiences, Shastra, Guru, whose Chit is not developed, whose memory references are not developed, who is impulsive person means immediately mind implemented without going through the process of Chit and Buddhi. And it is called impulsive person. Thoughtless work he did. He didn't think well before doing it. It was a hasty decision, what you call. Hasty conclusion. Short-sighted person. These are the words you use. Short-sighted or temperamental person is there. Impulsive person. You use for those who did not refer to Chit and without Buddhi and Chit they just implemented something. This is animalistic. Animal has pranmaya and manomaya. Chit is very undeveloped and Vijnanmaya is also not developed. So satukaihi, so subtle body, see? So this is the manomaya kosh. Are you seeing it? Vimarshatma. Vimarsh here means sankalpikalmatmak. Then this is the third. Manomaya kosh. Next is taihi ev sakam. Taihi. Taihi means indriya, jnanindriya. Those 5 jnanindriyani plus dhihi. Dhihi. See, sakam will go with dhihi here. Dhihi. Intellect. Determining faculty. Determining. Wrongly or rightly is not saying. Anything you determine. I have decided I will not talk to him. I have decided I will do this every day. Where the fluctuations have gone, that is called dhihi. Firmness has come. If it is on right issue, you are called determined. If wrong issue you are firm, you are called stubborn. Jakki hai. Then you will say jakki person. Unnecessarily concluded. Without proper data, he concluded. San ki jakki part. But you are on right issue, that is called firm, resolute. Dranavrata. Very good word is there. Dranavrata. A firm vows. What Gita has said. Santushta tatatam yogi yatatma dranishchaya. Otherwise it is called tamsik dhriti. Tamsik dhriti means yaya swapnam bhayam shokam vishadam madam evacha na vimunchati durmedaha. You don't leave your anger, you don't leave your depression, you don't leave your hallucination, you don't leave your attachment. Swapnam, bhayam, shokam, vishadam. Unnecessarily I'm thinking about something. I'm not dropping the point. Even if I'm being explained, I don't drop it. This is called difficult person to deal with. Because he develops a wall immediately with his thinking. Arey bhai, you are not that great. There are other angle of thinking also there on that issue. There are other way to think on that. There are other data also. There are other reasons also. You are too early to conclude on that matter, my dear. So this is called dhihi nischayatmika. So dhihi nischayatmika is the adjective of dhihi. So tahi means satvikahi dhirindriyahi mano, that is called vigyanmay kosh. ठीक है ना? So annamay kosh, pranamay kosh. Pranamay means I will do it. The desire to do something. Energetic is there. Dynamic person is there. Then this is the fourth kosh. Fifth kosh, karane. So, karane. Karane means with respect to causal body. Not adhishthan saptami. It's not adhishthan saptami. So, with respect to, that saptami is there. In the reference to, with reference to, that saptami. Karana sharira, causal body. Sattvam, here sattvam means malin sattvam. Please write somewhere. Here sattvam doesn't mean sattva. Modadi vrittibihi, along with the mod, pramod. Priya mod, pramod, there are three vrittis are there. Priya mod, pramod. Something I am happy thinking of that is called priya. Something is coming to me close, that is called mod. And the moment I got it, that is called pramod. ठीक है ना? So what happened in the Vigyan Anandmay Kosh? Please be careful. I'm just touching it. I have less time to complete it. Tat Koshai. That the thought of ignorance is closest to the self. And therefore reflection of the self in the thought of ignorance is very high. And therefore a person experiences lot of bliss and joy. That is called Anandmay Kosh, Anandmay Atma. Therefore the vritti is written Modadibihi Vrittibihi. Okay? Please don't think it is simple. Vritti is Manomay Kosh, also is Vritti. Vigyanmay Kosh is also Vritti. But both Vritti are fluctuating Vritti. And they are existing among the other Vrittis are there. But Anandmay Vritti, which is there, it is closest to the, it is little non-fluctuating Vritti. It is closest to the self because it is of the nature of ignorance. And ignorance is closest to the self. And therefore reflection of the self in the ignorance will be very high. And because of that high level of reflection, it is called Anandmay Kosh. Okay, which is called causal body also. Okay? Not clear? Supposing somebody has a vasana of apple or vasana of mango. You know what is meaning of vasana? That is extreme sense of joy in mango. Extreme sense of joy in mango, yes. Now if you chant mango, 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 about this thought, is extreme joy, all other thoughts will go away. And thought of mango will be there. In that thought of mango, because he has a vasana which is false, because mango does not have any joy, it is only mud, modified mud, yellow mud is called, yellow pulpy mud is called mango. There is no joy. What are you talking? And in that thought, he has sense of joy, and therefore it is ignorance, vasana is unmanifest. Unmanifest is closest to the self. Before manifest is farther than the self. Unmanifest is closer. Your vasana is closer to you than the thought. And action is and thought is closer to action. Action is here, thought is here, vasana is here, self is here. So supposing this is self. Self, vasana, thought, action. Let me not use this hand. So this is the self, this is the vasana, this is thought, this is action, this is situation. So outside is farther, inside is closer. And because this is self, therefore, moment you thought of mango itself will give you lot of joy. Those who have not want mango, I have seen people not eating. So for them, thought of mango will not create any joy because ignorance is not in that thought. More is the ignorance, more will be the reflection. And that is called Karan Sharir or Anandamaya Kosh. These are the 5 koshas. Tat tat koshaihi tu tadatmyat. And when the self identifies with these 5 koshas, tattan mayo bhaved, it becomes as if like that. So I am tall, I am old, I am young, I am son. All these are identification with Annamaya. I am working a lot, Pranamaya. I am very emotional, or I am very angry, or I am very kami, or I am very jealous, Manomaya Kosh. Or I am very sweet, or Manomaya. Or I am engineer, I am doctor, I am well read. This is Vijnanmaya. I am ignorant, I am very happy. This is identification with the Karan Sharir. My time is saying, stop it. We will see it whenever God wills. You will have some talk will be there. Some recording, etc. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.